गणेशाय नमः सरस्वत्यै नमः श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ओम. My loving Sai Ram to my Sai family, wherever they are throughout the world. Today, I got this first opportunity to speak before the camera. I have no experience of speaking before the camera. And today I am sharing that how, by the teaching of Swami, how he inducted me in his fold after 38 years of my age through the teaching of sacrifice. न कर्मणा न प्रजया धनेन त्यागेनैके अमृतत्वमानशुः. This one line has changed my entire life. That न कर्म से, न प्रजनन से, न धन से, अगर आपको स्वामी की कृपा चाहिए तो आपको त्याग की भावना आप में आनी चाहिए. जिस दिन तुम में वो त्याग की भावना आ जाएगी, मैं तुम्हें अपने फोल्ड में ले लूंगा. This happened. It's not that I was not involved. It was indirect, as we have indirect tax and direct tax. So it was indirect up to 38 years, indirect interaction in one form or other with the Swami. And after 38 years, direct interaction with Swami. I was born and brought up in my Nanaka, where my Nani and Nani used to live, Nanaji and Naniji. And that was a very, very affluent but pious family, where there was a blessings of saints of Kashmir on that family, and we had to have bhajans, kirtans, and so many spiritual activities going on. My Nanaji was also a very elated soul, a Swami Sannyasi himself, rather a sadhu, sadhat. I have many experiences of his, but I am not sharing it today with you because I'm focusing on my interaction with Swami. It happened that in 1980, Swami came to Kashmir. He was staying at General Malhotra's residence in the serene environment of that Zabarwan mountain, surrounded by Dal Lake on one side, Shankaracharya temple on other side, Raj Bhavan, that famous Oberoi hotel where the shootings used to take place, and terraced gardens. That was the official residence of General Malhotra in the cantonment, army cantonment area. And we were told to visit the Swami. In 80, we did not know anything about Swami that time. We went there. My father and mother also went there. As we were told by one of the uncles, he was a devotee of Swami, that you go and get blessed from Swami there. So whole of our family went there. Swami blessed my parents in that meeting, but I looked at Swami from the distance. I saw a vibrant figure in the beautiful orange robes running down those baradari, the terraces, intermingling with the devotees, sometimes listening to some, giving something to some. And there was one force which was guarding Swami, that there is not a chaos in that disciplined area. This happened in 80. Nothing, no interaction with Swami. We forgot. That darshan was over. Though my father was devotee of Shirdi Sai Bhagwan. Regularly, he was going to Shirdi Sai temple in Kashmir as well as in Delhi. Then what happened? We constructed one new house in Kashmir. We were very well settled there. We made it with our choicest things there. We had nice garden in front and back, many trees, these fruit trees, and we were enjoying our life. I got married there. I got a daughter there. But after 4 years, that unfortunate exodus happened. That was to this day that we had to leave that place. We had to, हमें उसका त्याग करना पड़ा forcibly. That was very dear to us. And we came to, first to Chandigarh, and then my father was transferred. That's a long story. I can't indulge every detail. That finally my father got transferred to Delhi in R.K. Puram. He got a residence. He had 1 year left for his retirement, and he tried for my transfer. I also was in the central government service, and I also got my transfer. And then after 1 year more, my wife also got transferred. And during that time, we were living not at our home, but in some secure place. Now we started our life from scratch. We had nothing. We came empty-handed from there. We left everything there, except for our few documents, few little bit precious things. We came with our clothes. We started from scratch. एक बर्तन हमने नए से खरीदा. And fortunately for us, at least we got government accommodation. I got, in lieu of my father's retirement, I got a 2-room set at government accommodation in R.K. Puram. And we started our life of struggle again. Okay, that was fine. Still, we were better than many. Then it is in 97 or something like that. Once I came from my home, came to home from my office, and there was some bhajan going on just opposite our home. I got attracted to that bhajan. It was very melodious bhajan. And my mother and myself, we were listening from our window to that bhajan. And my mother told me, oh, I remember this is Sai bhajan. Uncle used to conduct at Kashmir, this bhajan, and I had learned some few bhajans, especially that Aarti, Tuta Purti, she also recited that. Next day, I met that gentleman in whose home this bhajan was conducted. I told him, yeah, we enjoyed thoroughly. The bhajan was in your home. For the first time, I heard this. Because I'm busy man, I come from office very late. That's the first time it was in your home. What was it? He said that this is a bhajan of Sai organization. We conduct these bhajans in different homes in R.K. Puram, our Samiti is in R.K. Puram. And next month, again, there will be bhajan at my home. I told him, okay, I want to join. I want to see that bhajan. I liked it very much because of the fact I got attracted to music, because we were indulged in this music from the very, very childhood. I have this photograph. This is my childhood photograph where I am on the tabla and my brother is on the harmonium. I was just 5 or 6 years old that time when we started and started performing after 2 years in Delhi. That was, we were in Delhi that time. My father was transferred there. Then next month, when that bhajan was conducted, I went there. I saw a very beautifully, that disciplined, one side ladies, one side gents, Swami's altar in the front, and some people in white sitting in the front as we are conducting now. I cannot explain that. That time it was a new thing for me. And bhajan was going on. He had told me that it will start sharp at this time, it will end sharp at this time. I liked the melody of bhajan. I was sitting at the back enjoying that melody. When that was finished, some prasada was given. He told me, you want to meet our in charge, bhajan in charge? No, of course, I want to meet him. He was an elderly person. I went to him, said, Sairam sir. I said, बेटा, क्या नाम है आपका? मैंने कहा, सर, मेरा नाम विनोद नकायब है. हम कश्मीर से आए हैं. He listened to that. He jumped with excitement. कहते हैं, अरे यार, अभी तक तुम कहाँ थे? मैं तो हैरान हो गया. मैंने कहा, ये क्या कह रहे हैं? I could not understand a word. अरे मैं तो तुम्हें सालों से ढूंढ रहा हूँ. भान साहब ने बोला था वो कश्मीर से आए हैं, नकायब फैमिली, वो उनको इंडक्ट करना है साईं फैमिली में. उनको ढूंढो कहाँ है वो, और आज लकीली यू मेट. बेटा बहुत अच्छा किया आपने, नाउ यू जॉइन our this bhajan satsangs. And I said, definitely. And I told him that my wife is also in the music. She is a teacher of music in Kendriya Vidyalaya, and she is qualified. She is a postgraduate in music. He told then she is an asset for us. वो हारमोनियम भी होगा हमारे पास, होगा सुर भी आ जाएगा, everything will come. So for 1 year, I started going to, and slowly and gradually we participated, started singing after learning some bhajans from cassettes, which he had given me. And we were involved in only bhajans, no other activity. So Swami from a distance. Okay, Swami is there, but I am interested in bhajans. In 97, one incident happened which shook me off. And that was the reason this talk is for that only. My father once came, after retirement, he had joined again the service because of the compulsion. He came from the office. It was around 97 or 98. I don't exactly remember. He was very feeble. He was very good in the morning, and he had lost energy, everything. He could not breathe properly. And he said that I will not live now. I'm coming. We told him, what happened? All of a sudden, you were very well in the morning. What happened? He said, I don't know. Something has happened to me. We consulted a doctor, CGHS. He's in serious condition. Take him to hospital. And better it is you take him to All India Institute of Medical Sciences, AIIMS, which was near to our home also. We immediately shifted him to casualty. There, when we reached there, he was on the stretcher. We saw there are many accident cases there. Blood is splattered everywhere. Team of doctors only taking care of them. Nobody's looking after my father. And my father was coming. With tears in my eyes, I prayed, that what will happen to my father? Nobody's looking after. All of a sudden, a doctor from somewhere came and said to one doctor, I was there standing there, is there any cardiological case here? I told, sir, my father he is having some problem. He can't breathe. Doctor told us that his pulse is not working. He's very feeble. He looked at him. Oh my God. His pulse is gone. It's very feeble. He has few hours now to live with this feeble pulse. He immediately needs to be given the temporary pacemaker, which was inserted in the leg. Immediately he arranged for some pacemaker, temporary pacemaker, which was put in his leg, and he was kept in the corridor for the night because there was no provision of giving bed in the ward. He told us that he will be put in the corridor only. Next day we will see if we can get any bed in the ward. So for the night, my father became stable, and he was, next day, somehow we could manage that he was put in the ward. Now there's an issue. Doctor said that now he is to be given permanent pacemaker. And that will be only the call of Dr. Talwar, who is the head of cardiology. He has to operate upon him, and we don't know. We can't persuade him. It is his choice when he will do it. So my father told me to contact some persons who are known to him, and they had contacts in some hospitals. He told him that, tell me, this is the condition, and he's in hospitalized. I talked to that one of our relatives, nothing knowing what will happen. He said, okay, we'll see what will happen. Don't worry, you go home and we'll see. Now, for 2 days, he's in there with this temporary pacemaker. Third day, this doctor told me, you have to arrange for a good amount of money because this pacemaker is costly. I said, how much amounts? We have to arrange for 50,000, 60,000 rupees. 50,000-60,000 rupees were a very big amount for us those days because we are in a struggling stage. We could not afford to have that much of money readily available. Somehow, we had to tap our resources. I went to home. Next day, I went to bank, took out. The father had signed some checks. I took out money from his account, from my account, my wife's account, and somewhere I could arrange 50,000 rupees from our resources. I thought it is enough because if need will be, because I don't know when he will be taken care of. If need will be there, we can ask for our brother, he can send the money, or any other person who is our relative there, we can ask for the help. With this intention, next day morning, when I am going to hospital, my mother told me that दूध वाला तो आज आया ही नहीं दूध देने के लिए. दूध वाला was one Bahadur. He was Nepali who used to deliver us milk because we were not able to get milk because we had a constraint of time, and he used to, for some charges, he used to deliver some milk. अब बच्चे थे छोटे छोटे, उनको मिल्क चाहिए था. तो I told him, और यार क्या हो गया माँ इसको, आज क्यों उसने छुट्टी कर ली? Okay, I'll get from the market and then I'll proceed to hospital. Getting down, I met one neighbor. मैंने उसको बोला, यार आपके यहाँ दूध आया कि नहीं आया? अरे आपको पता नहीं? ने क्या? कहता है वो बहादुर है ना, उसको तो कल किसी व्हीकल ने हिट कर दिया संगम सिनेमा के पास में, वो बेहोश हो गया और पुलिस उसको सफदरजंग हॉस्पिटल ले गई है. मेरे पास इतनी डिटेल, उसकी हालत ठीक नहीं. आई फेल्ट वेरी सैड फॉर वो बहादुर बहुत अच्छा आदमी था, बहुत नेक दिल आदमी था जो हमें डिलीवर करता था. तो सम थॉट केम फ्रॉम माय इनसाइड, यार तू तो एम्स जा ही रहा है, व्हाई डोंट यू गो टू वाया सफदरजंग बिकॉज इट इज एडजेसेंट टू एम्स. देखो तो सही कम से कम उसकी हालत कैसी है. एटलीस्ट he may be needing something or like that. So I went, I had a scooty, I went to that, I searched for every ward in that orthopedic department, and I could locate him in one of the wards. His head was swollen, but he was sleeping. And one more Bahadur was sitting, one Nepali was sitting on the stool. I recognized this and told him, Bahadur. He woke up, looking at me with surprise. He said, साहब जी, अब कैसे आ गए यहाँ? तो किसने बताया? मैंने कहा, यार तू छोड़, तेरे को क्या हो गया, कैसे हो गया? Saying that, he started crying, weeping. अरे साहब जी बुरा हो गया, हम गरीब आदमी हैं, अभी तो यहाँ इलाज चल रहा है, लेकिन डॉक्टर कह रहा है कि आपको प्लेट लगानी है, आपका ये हिप टूट गया है, प्लेट वो हमें लगानी है, हमें उसका पैसा देना है. मैंने कहा कितना पैसा लगेगा भाई? कहता है अब ये 5,000 रुपये कह रहा था डॉक्टर, 5,000 रुपये लगेगा. फॉर हिम 5,000 रुपीज वाज अ बिग अमाउंट. तो मेरे को वो रो रहा है फ्रैंटिकली, ही इज क्राइंग. मैं सोच रहा हूँ मैं क्या करूं. अब इनर से आ रहा है, यार उसकी हेल्प करना. व्हाई डोंट यू हेल्प हिम? तेरे पास तो पैसे पड़े हुए हैं, व्हाई डोंट यू गिव? बाहर से सोच रहा हूँ, यार मेरे फादर के ऑपरेशन के लिए रखे हुए हैं, आखिर कम पड़ गए तो क्या करूंगा. Ultimately, my inner conscious told me you have to help him. You give him 5,000 rupees. मैंने उसको बोला, बहादुर ये 5,000 रुपए हैं, मैंने ये निकाले थे, मेरे पिताजी का ऑपरेशन होना है आज या कब, मैंने निकाले थे. वो जोर जोर से रोने लग गया. क्या हुआ? कहता आप भगवान स्वरूप, आप मेरे पास आ गए, आप तो भगवान ने भेजा है आपको, या आप खुद भगवान हैं, हेल्प कर रहे हैं मेरी इस कंडीशन में. मैंने कहा नहीं, मैं नहीं हेल्प कर रहा हूँ, कोई मेरे को गाइड कर रहा है घर से कि तेरे को जाना है, तूने बहादुर को मिलना है, उसकी हेल्प करनी है, इसलिए मैं तेरी हेल्प कर रहा हूँ, प्लीज ये एक्सेप्ट करो और मेरे को इजाजत दो, मैं बाद में आऊंगा, मेरे को फादर को देख. I left and reached just across the road, Ames. When I reached there, I am listening that somebody is calling my father's name. वो कह रहे हैं कि इनका अटेंडेंट कौन है? Who is the attendant of this patient? मैं दूर से सुन रहा हूँ. I rushed to that door and I said, sir, I am the patient's attendant, I am his son. Oh, I am looking for you for a long time now. Where you have been to? Bhai, I am Dr. Talwar. I have to operate upon your father. But there are certain formalities to be observed. You have to go to this counter. They will tell you the formalities. If that formalities are cleared, done, then I may operate upon your father today. Or let me see when I can take it down. Now, my heart started thumping. Why? Because of now, we thought doctors told me 50,000-60,000 rupees. I have only 45,000 rupees in my pocket. If they ask for more money at this juncture, when he is to be operated upon today, whom I will ask for the money? With thumping heart, with my folded head, I went to the sir. I am the patient's attendant, Dr. Talwar. Oh, yes, come. These are the formalities. You sign this form, you fill in this form and deposit the money. They told some amount, but मेरे कानों को कुछ नहीं सुनाई दिया. It was thumping, my heart was thumping like this. मेरे कान सुन पड़ गए. मैंने कहा सर कितना पैसा है आपने पता? अरे भाई 43,000 you have to deposit there. Have you got the money? I told him, yes sir, I have got the money. I have got the money. I will deposit it just now. It is a karishma. I saw here 2,000 rupees. 43,000, 2,000, still I have the money. I deposited the money and sat, completed the formalities and sat on the stool. Tears were rolling down my eyes. I bowed to that Bhagwan, जिसकी मैं अभी समर्पित हुआ था, उनका नाम लेके मैंने बोला, भगवान कितना टेस्ट ले रहे थे आप मेरा? क्या आप मेरा टेस्ट ले रहे थे कि मुझ में वो क्वालिटी आ गई है कि मैं आपके सामने आ सकूं, मैं आपके प्रत्यक्ष किसी काम कर सकूं? आपने तो मुझे यही इसीलिए इतना देर तक अपने पास नहीं बुलाया कि वो पहले आप टेस्टिंग कर रहे थे मेरी. भगवान मुझे अपने फोल्ड में ले लो, मेरे शरणागत ले लो, मैं आपसे विनती करता हूं. These tears are flowing down my eyes. I'm weeping, crying. As that Bahadur was crying there, now I am crying here. When his kripa, Bhagwan's kripa is on me. My father was operated upon. It was successful. We came home. I narrated the story to Tyndall sir. He is a mentor of mine. And I told him, sir, जिस प्रभु की कृपा हुई है हम पे, क्या मैं उनके साक्षात दर्शन कर सकता हूँ कभी जाके वहां पे? कहता अरे बेटा, जुलाई में हमारी सेवा आ रही है ना, डोंट वरी, आपका नाम रख गया. आई विल डू एवरीथिंग फॉर यू. आप सेवा में आ रहे हो. That was in 98 or rather 98 or 99. I don't remember it exactly. So that day came, we boarded Karnataka Express, and Karnataka Express, in all the bogies, there were Sai devotees from Delhi who were proceeding for Seva. Sai from rather Punjab or Haryana also, something like that. And 2 days, 2 nights, bhajan in the morning, bhajan in the evening, bhajan in one bogie. We are moving from one bogie to another bogie, and the bhajans are going on in the morning. It was so soothing, so soothing. And when we reached Parthi, I was the first timer. My Sai brothers guided me how to have a darshan. I had the darshan of Bhagwan sitting at the back where their water coolers are there. He told me, there from here, you will have the best view of Bhagwan. There I had a thought. I thought, but that is my experience, another experience, which I cannot narrate today. Today, that was for me, it was sufficient that I was in the Sharanagat of Bhagwan. At least after this much of my age, I conclude my talk just here. Sai Ram.